Hello, and welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about observing the world. My name is Don Saunders. I'm the narrator of the information called the knowledge that provides for humanity the power of knowing how life works. And what we're going to be talking about as far as observing the world means that every day when you walk around, you're asking questions, hoping to receive answers, and all of those answers we've talked about in previous videos as to where they reside and how they come to you. They come to you as signals from your friends and your family and your work groups, your colleges, universities. All of those entities are providing answers to the questions that you ask throughout your life. And we're just going to relate a little bit back through all of the videos that we've talked about and how they make sense if you start to link them all together. At first, we were sharing with you how the knowledge came through me. I'm nobody special. The knowledge came through me in the same process that all information comes to you. When you ask a question, you get an answer. Where did that come from? And science is trying to figure out what part of the brain, but it's not coming from the brain. It's coming from a collective consciousness that surrounds us throughout our lives. And if you look back through the videos, we've talked about 4 questions in life. Basically, how does life work? What is the purpose of humanity? What is your purpose in life? And what happens when we die? And all of those questions you should be asking throughout your life. And you'll receive different answers because there's been different answers placed in the universal consciousness over thousands of years. You build your belief system. The knowledge is not here to take any of those beliefs from you. In fact, quite the opposite. It's here to enhance your understanding of how you received those belief systems in the first place. So take a look at the past videos. As we talked, you got the 4 questions of life, you've got the 4 problems in life, and then we talked to you about, in one of the videos, we talked to you about science and technology. That's going to get very interesting in a very quick time. Then we also talked as far as relationships go. Now, as far as relationships go, I came short of giving you the answers on how to solve relationships, because the knowledge isn't here to solve your problems. It's to explain how your problems get solved by you, for you. So you and only you get to create the answers and the realities that exist. And the next thing that we talked about as we progress through with science and technology and relationships is going to be observing the world. And that's where we are today. You see, your questions that you put out into the universal consciousness can be answered if you believe the answers are available to you. And so the knowledge, providing the power of knowing how life works, is just the first step in accomplishing the understanding. And why is all of this important? Why do I plead with you to think through this? And it's because there's a shift going on. And you've heard me mention this many, many times. The shift in consciousness. And it's the shift in universal consciousness from all of us. The collective consciousness basically provides for us all of the information, the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, emotions, knowledge, information that help us create our individual realities. And what does observations have to do with that? Everything. Because you are living in a world where you can see, hear, feel, touch all of the things that are happening around you. And when I talk to you about observations, I'm not talking about just the people with sight. I'm talking about everyone that utilizes all of their five senses. So utilize those senses, start to evaluate all of the things around you, all of that information that's available to you, and it's all being provided as the answer to the questions. The one thing that I really want to stress to you is the missing piece of the humanity puzzle. It's one word, and you've heard me say it before. The word is awareness. Awareness of how life works. There's a gentleman out there that shares lots of information. Sadhguru, is, if you followed him at all, basically said that ignorance is the single most evil item in the world. The knowledge supplements information that takes care of that ignorance. It gives you the power of knowing how life works. And I've repeated that over and over today because it's so critically important that you start to meld your thoughts into the shift that's taking place. And look at all of the scientific journals, the papers, the things in the news, on the internet, and you're going to start to realize that something's happening here. And when you start to grasp that, when you start to understand that there's actually a shift taking place, you are going to be more inclined to try to understand what's happening. All of the things that we fear, all of the control that takes place of us, basically can be eradicated if you understand what's happening. People want to keep control of you. Make no mistake about it. Politics and religion, all of that control that you've had, basically can be understood and addressed if you grasp the knowledge. So let me give you some real solid examples about what effect you have on your reality just by observing. For example, if you go back through our videos, you're going to hear me talk about quantum vibrational thought frequencies. Thoughts create everything, and the dominant thought always wins. So by observing what's happening around you, your thoughts are created. You're asking questions, whether it be verbally or just through how the process works. And you're expecting some kind of an answer from someplace, from your friends, from universal consciousness, whatever you choose. Those signals that we call frequencies are going to come to you. So by observing quantum vibrational thought frequencies will start to show up. Eventually, over time, it's going to be maybe 100 years from now, you're going to be able to see all of those thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and emotions around you. Another one is quantum entanglement. You notice that when we were talking about relationships, quantum entanglement just means that two particles, when observed, can come together from various parts of the universal. And when that takes place, two people align. That's why you have a handful of friends around you, you meet a significant other. All of that stuff takes place by understanding quantum particle entanglement. Now, when that happens, you observe all of those connections, and you get to accept or reject your friends and your family, the people you work with, as part of your reality, or you can just let them go. So all of that observation that you're doing on a daily basis has a fundamental purpose. It's so that you can create a reality that fits what your goal in life is. What's your purpose in life? The third question of the 4 questions of life. So keep observing, keep understanding, keep experimenting, keep researching, and watching everything around you. Because the shift that I'm always talking about, and I repeat this over and over again, is going to happen whether or not you agree with it. It's just going to happen organically. So if you want to know what's happening around you, why the world is in chaos right now, observe. Stand back, look, and see, is what happening the lessons that are teaching us what to do? Or are they the lessons that are teaching us what not to do? This is pretty fundamental stuff. And it's all done simply by observing.